So, I'm going to start this video, and we're going to talk about menopause and women because, like a lot of the things that happen in women's lives, there's just not enough talk about it and how it works. So, I'm going to put my journey out there so that other women can see it and understand kind of the fact that everybody goes through these things. So, when people think about menopause, a lot of times they think about the highlighted areas, and that's the ones that people, they make jokes about, like the hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings, hair growing everywhere, and those things are the funny ha-has of menopause, I guess you would say. And those are real, and sometimes those are definitely a struggle to deal with, but there's so many other things that go into menopause that a lot of times don't get brought up. And that's kind of what this channel is going to be about. So with that being said, we're going to kind of go over some of that. So menopause brings on a lot of things. Like I said before, there's other things. Strange body odor is a thing. Anxiety and depression, a huge one. Your mood swings are really big because it's strange. Like, you can literally feel your mood changing inside your body during menopause, and it's not something that you can control. It's an uncontrollable change in your mood. Headache, fatigue, joint pain, ear ringing, dizziness, gum tenderness, loss of hair. There's super fatigue. There is tingling in your nerves. There's the loss of libido, vaginal dryness, weight gain. Let's not even talk about what it does to your bladder, because guess what? If you thought you couldn't hold your pee before, get ready. Then there's the bloating, the digestive problems, nausea, heartburn. All of those things come along with it. And it's really just a huge ball of symptoms that happens whenever you go through menopause. Now, there are things that you can take typically to help with menopause, and there are things that you can do to help with menopause. There's the hormone replacement and things like that. And for most women, that's good, and you can do those kinds of things. For some women, that's not an option. For women like me, so I'm 40-something, 42, and early on in life, I had cancer, and it had to be removed. So for me, hormone replacement isn't an option because it raises my cancer risk. So it's not an option that my doctor recommends for me. So unfortunately, with menopause, that means this is something that I just kind of have to suffer through, and work with what little I have of over-the-counter remedies, which I have some. There's not a lot. And some of them do a whole lot of good, and some of them don't do any good at all. And we'll kind of go over that too. Of course, diet is a huge one. And, if I'm going to be real on this channel, that's great. That's great. Diet does affect it. But you know what? When I'm in the middle of a menopause spiral, I don't care that Coke and fries and ice cream is going to give me hot flashes and night sweats in the middle of the night. I don't care. I'm sorry, I don't care. At that point, I'm just going to drink that Coke and eat the french fries and ice cream, because that keeps me out of the color orange, if I'm being completely honest with you. And that is the honest to God's truth. So, of course, trying to exercise those avenues is extremely important, but it's not always a thing. And us as women have to understand that maybe that's okay. And we just deal with the worst of two evils kind of deal. So, I don't know. Or maybe I'm wrong, and maybe that makes me weak, and I should just say no to the Coke and fries. Maybe. I don't know. But I feel like I'd end up in orange. So, yeah, that is what that is. So whenever we talk about some of the symptoms, the hot flashes, they're ridiculous. Like I said, you can be burning up hot, and in a matter of a split second, you can be freezing cold, because that's just how hot flashes work. Night sweats are definitely a thing. You will literally sweat yourself wet at night. There within lies your fatigue, one of the reasons for fatigue, because you're not sleeping well at night. Another reason for fatigue is a lot of times you'll be so super tired, and you'll think, I'm going to bed, I'm tired, I'm so tired, I'm going to go to bed, and you'll go to bed and you'll lay down, and it's like, nope, I'm not going to sleep. Can't sleep. Guess I want to go to sleep. Shut off, shut down, go to sleep, and it's not there. It's just not there. So that's always lovely, and it makes it great and wonderful. Most women will experience a large amount of hair loss out of the top of their head, and you will go through thousands of dollars trying different shampoos, conditioners, hair treatments, extensions, you name it, to get your hair back to where it needs to be, so it doesn't end up looking like mine is right now. And it doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. At some point you got to go to the granny cut, and it is what it is. I don't know. I might be pretty close to the granny cut right now. And then, of course, there's the hair that grows everywhere it's not supposed to, on your face, on your chin. And it's not like just little wispy hairs. No, they're like long and sticky, and they grow like that. Like 1 minute you can feel your chin, and the next minute it's like, where did that come from? Where did that come from? How did that show up? It was not there 2 seconds ago, but it's there now, and it's 5 foot long. So that's lovely. So that's a lovely thing that you always have to deal with. So you're always making sure you've shaved your face before you go anywhere in life. You've got to make sure you've shaved your face before you go anywhere in life. Then there's the joint pain. Most of my joint pain is in my hips. My hips hurt like a lot, all the time. My hip hurts right now. Like I'm sitting down and my hip hurts. I can feel my hip hurt, So it's, do you eat the ibuprofen like candy? Or do you deal with hip pain for a little while, which is usually what I do. I deal with hip pain for a little while, which makes me fatigued because I'm dealing with pain in my body. So that's always a joyous pleasure. That's always lots of fun. And then there's like I said, the ringing in the ears. Yours just ring for no reason. I'm not really sure what that's even about, why that does that. But your ears will just ring just for no reason. Somebody's calling, I guess. Ring, ring. It's probably Satan. Anyways, the dizziness is not as bad for me as it is for some others. Now, my mother suffers with vertigo. Her dizziness gets horrible, like horrible, to the point that she's had to get prescriptions for the dizziness because, it will lay her out on the ground. Her dizziness gets so bad, so bad. Another thing that my mother suffers with more than I suffer with is the UTIs because of the irregular bladder function, I guess we would call it, which is very much so a thing. Like, there'll be times that you're like, oh my God, I gotta go pee. I gotta go pee. I gotta go pee like right now. And you'll like rush into the bathroom and you'll sit down and you'll be like, where'd it go? I had to go pee. It's gone. And then other times you'll just turn around too fast and pee yourself. So, like, none of that works anymore. None of that works anymore. Of course, there's the vaginal dryness and the lack of libido. All of that joins together, and they say use lubricant. Use lubricant, and there's all these great things out there. Like, I take these gummies every day, which I'll show you all this stuff. That's supposed to help with all of that. And I'm like, well, whatever. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I know. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I already don't really want to. I want to put that much effort into it. I'm tired. I don't want to put that much effort into it. Okay? No. Anyways, whatever. Then let's see, what else haven't I went over? The mood swings. Guys, these mood swings. Wow. Like, I can be having a perfectly good day. Nobody's bothering me. I'm having a good day. And I literally can, like, feel something in my body start making, like, a U-turn. And I'm like, and my dog will lay down and fart on the floor and piss me off. Which there then brings out the irritability, and wow. Just wow. My great aunt, she told me one time, she said, going through menopause, she said, there was times I really thought murder was an option. And I thought, really? Like, I mean, she's the sweetest little old lady you ever did know. And I just thought, really? Like, really? And now I'm here and I'm like, I'd probably feel better if I gouged their eyes out, and 3 hots and a cot would be kind of a vacation for me. It's a serious thought. It's kind of creepy. I mean, they make you somebody you never dreamed that you would ever be. Ever. Or that you would ever want to be. I mean, you wouldn't even want to be that person. You don't want to be that person. Nobody wants to be that person. Not unless you're crazy. So, like, yeah, the irritability, the mood swings is nuts. They're nuts. Let me just tell you, they're nuts. The tingling, sometimes I feel like I'm not like one of my students. So there's times that every nerve in my body is going off, and it feels like my entire body feels like whenever, like, your foot goes to sleep. Like my entire body feels that way. Like tiny little needles are sticking in me everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. On every part of my body. There's not one part of my body that is not sticking into. Everywhere. And it's like, do I get compression? Do I compress myself? Do I brush myself? Do I rub how do I get that to stop? Like, what is that about? I don't even know. I don't even know what that's about. What's that? It's the craziest thing in the world. The dizziness, we went over that, that is what it is. Stand up, you get dizzy. I don't know, whatever. Brain fog, holy moly. Hello, brain fog. You can't remember one thing to the next. Like, who knows what you did? Who knows? Did they say that? Did they not say that? I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. All right. And then the lack of concentration. It's a lot harder to concentrate because, like I said, you'll be doing good and like things will be rolling right along pretty smoothly. And then you're just like, what? Wait, what? What? I'll be having a conversation with my mother and she'll like be talking to me. And she'll be like mid-sentence sometimes and I'm like, wait a minute. I have no idea what she just told me. I swear I was having this conversation. I don't know what she just told me though. I couldn't tell you what she just told me. That's frustrating. As all get out. Let me just tell you right now it is. Yeah, that's great. And then let's see here. Your gums usually get tender, but I think I've remedied that. I'm pretty sure my gums are always sore because at night when I do like finally get to sleep, like right before I go to sleep, I notice I'm clenching my teeth. I'm like this. I'm like, well, no wonder my gums hurt. I'm clenching my dang teeth. Of course they freaking hurt. So I think that's some of that. I don't really know though. Like I said, this is all a new journey for me and I'm just dealing with it as I go. So, yeah. You get brittle nails. That's kind of a thing. It's not really a big thing, though. That's one of those things that, you know, once you get into it, you're like, whatever. The bloating and okay, so that is like bloating and nausea and heartburn. Like the digestive part of it, that's really a pain. That's super, super a pain. You'll notice that things that you used to be able to eat, like you've ate it all your life. You've been fine with it. It'll either cause like bloat or nausea or indigestion. And the bloating is, I don't know, that doesn't bother me as much. Like it's whatever. I'm bloated. I don't care. Like I'm already fat. So that's a little bloat, you know. The nausea bothers me a lot because I'm like, oh, for the love. Seriously. Now I'm going to walk around feeling nauseous. And you don't throw up. You're not going to throw up. You're going to feel like you're going to throw up. You will feel like if you threw up, you would feel better, but you will not throw up. You will not throw up. You're nauseous. It's nauseous. Just, that's always a wonderful feeling. Heartburn. You know, yeah, the indigestion heartburn thing. Those things, it doesn't take long to figure out, okay, that definitely gives me heartburn. And you can usually stay away from those and make it to where that's a whole lot lesser. Like I said, unless you're just in like a downward spiral and, you know, you're ready to kill somebody and then you're like, heartburn or not, I don't care. I don't feel like going to jail tonight. So, like I said, that's kind of one of the things. But, I mean, you know, it's like every day I learn something new. There's another one that pops up and I'm just like, good Lord, are you kidding me? So, like I said, we're, if you want to go on this journey with me, come on this journey with me. There won't be any hormone replacements. There won't be any over-the-counter medications to get me through menopause. I'm just going to tough it out, people. We're going to tough it out. We're going to do it like they did back in the olden days, I guess. Because I don't have any other options than olden day it. So we're either going to make it through the next 12 months. Because they say that it usually lasts 12 months. Or I guess I'll end up in jail. I don't know. Like, I don't know at this point. But, yeah. It's a real thing. I pray for everybody that's going through it. It's not fun. Lord, it's not fun. It's hard. And maybe we can make a little community and we're all just going to get through this together. So, yeah. Thanks for your time.